Welcome to Trivia Clips. Are you ready to ride the wave of rock history? This is part 1 of the Beach Boys True or False Challenge. You have 5 seconds to answer each one. True or false? Let's dive into the surf. 1. The Beach Boys were originally called the Surfers. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, false. They were almost called the Pendletones. A record label employee renamed them the Beach Boys. The band didn't even know until the records came out. The name stuck and fit their image perfectly, but the Surfers was never an official name. 2. Brian Wilson was completely deaf in one ear. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True, Brian Wilson lost hearing in his right ear as a child. The cause remains unclear. Some say a blow to the head. Despite that, he became a legendary composer and producer. His ability to layer harmonies is unmatched. He heard perfection with just one ear. 3. Surfin' USA was their first single ever released. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. Their first single was Surfin' in 1961. Surfin' USA came out 2 years later. It was their breakout hit, though. The song defined the surf rock genre, but it wasn't their debut. 4th Pet Sounds was a commercial failure at first. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. Though critically praised, sales were disappointing. Fans expected more surf songs, not deep orchestration. Over time, it became a classic masterpiece. Many musicians, including Paul McCartney, admire it. Now it's considered one of the greatest albums ever. 5. Dennis Wilson was the band's main songwriter. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. Dennis was the drummer and occasional songwriter. Brian Wilson was the creative force behind the music. Dennis did write a few solo pieces, but the core of their sound came from Brian. Dennis was more of a performer than a composer. 6. The Beach Boys recorded songs in both English and Spanish. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, false. The Beach Boys recorded only in English. They toured internationally but didn't record in Spanish. Their appeals still crossed language barriers. Their harmonies were universally loved, but their songs stayed in English. 7. Mike Love was a cousin of the Wilson brothers. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. Mike Love is a first cousin of Brian, Carl, and Dennis Wilson. Their family connection helped form the band. Their tight vocal blend came naturally. It was part blood, part magic. That family bond shaped their harmonies. 8. Brian Wilson never used drugs or alcohol. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. Brian struggled with drugs and mental health for years. He experimented with LSD and other substances. This affected his ability to tour and record. His masterpiece, Smile, was shelved partly for this reason. It was a painful chapter in his genius story. 9th. Good Vibrations used a theremin for its iconic sound. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. The eerie sound in Good Vibrations comes from a theremin. It gave the song a futuristic, psychedelic feel. Few pop songs had used that instrument before. Brian Wilson pushed boundaries in the studio. This was one of his boldest moves. 10. The Beach Boys were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the 80s. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. They were inducted in 1988. The ceremony honored their legacy and impact. Even decades later, their music still resonates. They earned their spot among the greats. It was a moment of recognition, long overdue. End of part 1. How many did you get right? Stick around for part 2 of the Beach Boys challenge. The waves are just getting bigger.